This is KIDK Eyewitness News 3 at 5:30.
We begin with breaking news right now. A Bonneville County man pleads guilty to murder. 20-year-old Jamian Hernandez entered a plea of guilty for the murder of Lisa Stuckey. Stuckey's remains were found inside her Ammon home July 1st of last year. Investigators said she apparently died of blunt force trauma caused by a baseball bat. Hernandez was arrested and later charged July 20th. During initial hearings, it was disclosed that Stuckey had been romantically involved with Hernandez's grandfather. Hernandez now is scheduled to appear for sentencing on a first-degree murder charge July 16th before 7th District Judge Dane Watkins Jr. Continuing coverage now from the standoff situation yesterday near Yukon that caused such traffic headaches for everyone else heading home from work. If you got caught in the traffic jam, you know how it felt, and here's how it looked yesterday afternoon on Highway 20. This was near Yukon, north of Idaho Falls, south of Rigby. Law enforcement had to first contain the standoff situation. That just happened to be near the highway. So for safety reasons, they had to divert traffic, but that led to other problems. Sergeant Tim Hopkins says there are some things you can do if you end up in a congested traffic situation like this.
To be extra cautious and aware of the traffic around them and make sure that they have the ability to react if something does happen around them.
The Idaho Transportation Department places signs for drivers when ISP responds to a situation where traffic has to be closed down. Now, police say it is important for you to obey those signs and also always remember to be patient. Now, to the other situation that led to that, the standoff. Deputies tell us it started as a domestic violence situation. Domestic violence can happen to anyone. You may be the victim or you may be the aggressor, but help is always a phone call away.
It's okay to reach out for help. People are always going to do things that make us angry. People are always going to do things that hurt us. And when I talk about hurting us, it can be deciding to no longer be in a relationship with you.
So here's what you can do if you are in a violent situation. Diffuse the situation. You can leave, go for a walk, or go to a friend's house to cool down. Just get away from that situation. Develop a plan. Find a safe place. Also have your phone with you at all times with the numbers, the emergency numbers that you can reach for help. And also teach your children how to get help. And importantly, teach them that violence is never the end-all answer. If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence or abuse, you can reach out to the Idaho Falls Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Center. You can reach them 24 hours a day. In fact, they have a hotline number at the bottom of your screen. We place that there for you, 208-235-2412. If you miss this number here, we have this information on our website as well. So let's talk a little weather now. Heading into midweek tomorrow, Wednesday. We were still breezy today. And
yep.
I think probably the only change is that'll probably increase.
Yeah, well, actually, we're going to see a bit of a change in the wind situation, but it's only going to last for a bit. This is Jackson's live camera at this hour at the town square. You'll see some wet roads indicating some showers moving through Teton County, Wyoming. Yellowstone at this hour, not bad. There is some sunshine peeking through the clouds. And at this hour, it's not bad on Thornton on US 20 from the Thornton overpass looking south toward Rigby. Idaho Falls just had a little bit of grapple go through the area, but it's not bad. Winds are up to 15 miles an hour under a partly cloudy sky. We've got mid-40s for temperatures. 50s over in over in Boise, a little cooler in Stanley Basin and Pinedale. The 40s start in Rexburg and extend down toward Pocatello, 50 in Malad, with a little light shower activity in and around the neighborhood. The wind advisory, though, for the southern Snake River Plain is still in effect. 9 o'clock tonight, and for the remainder of this evening we do expect a variable cloud cover with a slight chance of a shower. Another cool night tonight with some breezy conditions. Tomorrow, midweek Wednesday. What about the forecast? Coming up.
All right, we'll come back for that, Steve. Thank you. A two-truck crash at the intersection of Yellowstone Highway and 4300 East, just north of Rigby this morning, led to some injuries. This morning around 7:30, Israel Trejo Torres of Rexburg was driving his truck north on the Yellowstone Highway. Jace Weeks of Rigby was driving his truck west on 4300 East. ISP says Torres failed to stop at the stop sign and collided with Weeks, which forced his Chevy right into the canal on the north side of that road. Torres was wearing his seatbelt. Weeks was not. Torres, however, was taken to Madison Memorial Hospital in Rexburg by private car. Another crash, this one at the intersection of Highway 48 and North 4000 East near Rigby, knocked out power to about 4 Mountain Power customers overnight. A car driven by Garrett Golden of Rigby hit a power pole. Golden was taken to Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center in Idaho Falls by ambulance. Rocky Mountain Power said the crash affected a major transmission line, so crews needed to replace that pole and get power restored in sections. They were hoping by mid-afternoon to have everything fixed, the intersection open once again to traffic. An Idaho Falls truck driver was killed in a western Nebraska snowstorm last weekend. The Nebraska State Patrol said Rollo Ward was pronounced dead right at the crash site. According to reports, the semi-truck Ward was driving was eastbound on Interstate 80. He lost control, crossed into the median, and hit another semi-truck that had previously become stranded. In education news now tonight, Blackfoot High School was evacuated because of an electrical fire around 11:30 this morning. Someone noticed sparks coming right out of an outlet, and so the school was cleared out. But students were allowed back in shortly thereafter and classes resumed once again. The classroom where the incident happened, however, is not being used. The fire department is still looking into the cause of that situation. Imagine being in such pain, so much pain, that it interferes with your daily life. That's what some migraine sufferers go through every day, but there is help. KIDK Eyewitness News 3 reporter Michaela Leung spoke to a headache specialist and a patient about a treatment that's improving her life.
It's like you've just been hit with a baseball bat.
People who suffer from migraines may be told they're over-exaggerating, but research shows otherwise.
Turns out that the most recent science has proven that migraine is really a genetic disease caused by neuronal hyperactivity in the brain.
There are treatments, one that may surprise you.
One of the newer and more exciting treatments is actually Botox therapy, which is something that people know about it for use in different cosmetic conditions or other things, but it turns out that Botox is probably our most effective way to manage chronic migraine.
Trudy Sparkman has suffered from migraines since she was a teenager.
It just destroys your daily way of life. You just can't tolerate the pain that is in your head.
Something that Dr. Talcott can relate to.
I've had them since I was about 7 years old. I've dealt with them my entire life, and that's really why I'm passionate about helping people who deal with migraines.
Dr. Talcott is treating her with vitamins, lifestyle changes, and Botox.
I get Botox injections every 90 days, and without that, I couldn't go on. I get 50 to 60% better results in the number of migraines that I have in a month.
And she says it's changed her life.
I can enjoy the garden, I can go shopping, I can enjoy my friends, I can do those kinds of activities instead of just holding back and confining myself like to bed in a dark room without any light and sound.
In Idaho Falls, I'm Michaela Leung.
Dr. Talcott says it's important to make lifestyle changes as well, and all treatments are comprehensive. It's also important that you go to someone who specializes in these treatments. He is located at the Sleep Specialist Building. We have that address and number on our website at KIDK.com. A southern Idaho woman is on her way to the National Golden Gloves tournament as the 9th-ranked boxer in the entire country in her weight class. Kendra Reeves of Twin Falls took first place in the Rocky Mountain Golden Gloves Regional earlier this month. Her fiance is her coach. In fact, the couple recently opened a boxing gym in Twin Falls. The National Golden Gloves tournament is in Omaha, Nebraska from May 14th through May 19th. Should online businesses be forced to collect sales tax? And if they don't, is this fair to the brick and mortar stores? Well, this question is going all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
We are looking forward to a bit of a change in the weather, not quite as much wind. Tonight we are still looking for some cloudy skies, the threat of a shower. Overnight lows ranging from the teens in Jackson to near 30 in Pocatello. But tomorrow things actually start to warm up a skosh a bit. We're still below seasonal normal, but the sun peeks through and the showers are fewer and further between. Speaking of normal, he said slyly as he eases out, we're going to be downright mild come Thursday through Saturday, temperatures in the 60s. We'll tell you what to deal with until then in the forecast.
KIDK Eyewitness News 3 continues.
The U.S. Supreme Court is stepping into the argument about the way online retailers collect sales tax. The question is whether businesses should collect taxes if they don't have a physical building in the state where the buyer is located. Kenneth Craig reports from New York.
Babs Armoire enjoys the convenience of shopping online, plus saving money on sales tax. which I have liked. I have enjoyed that side of it.
But the Supreme Court Tuesday heard arguments in a case that could cost consumers like Babs money at online retail sites. The justices are reconsidering a 1992 rule that says if a business is shipping to a state where it does not have a physical presence, it does not have to collect sales tax.
State governments point out that rule was created before the explosion of online shopping. The Government Accountability Office estimates it cost state governments as much as $13 billion in lost tax revenue last year.
South Dakota's Attorney General brought the case to the High Court with a lawsuit against online retailers, including Wayfair and Overstock. He says by selling tax-free, those sites are getting an unfair advantage.
It's about the fact that that small business on Main Street is losing its sale. That's not fair, that's not right, and that should not be constitutionally sanctioned.
An attorney for the online retailers argues that collecting taxes would be complex and costly, that taxes vary from state to state, even which products qualify to be taxed.
It would really be a wet blanket on the electronic commerce economy.
He wants Congress to take up the issue rather than the Supreme Court, arguing that lawmakers can create carefully balanced legislation. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to deliver a ruling by the end of June. Couple breaking news notes here, Steve. One related to taxes just in. The IRS is giving taxpayers an extra day, one extra day because their website crashed today. So there's a little extra news for you. So instead of midnight due tonight, it's midnight tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
The other sad news, just seconds.
Yeah, this is breaking like just moments ago.
Barbara Bush just passed away at the age of 92. That was highly expected, but it just happened.
Still, it's a blow.
Yeah.
It's a blow to the Bush family and to all those that loved and admired her. Now, we're going to weather and showing you that there are showers in the Central Mountains as we speak. This is Smiley Creek Airport, where it's still looking a lot like wintertime.